Good morning, Andrea Horwath's office.
Yes, my name is Robert Burgess.
Hello?
Yeah, and can I get a meeting with Andrea?
What is it regarding, Mr. Burgess?
I went to her office because I was having a problem with the OIPRD, and her staff says they can't send an email to the OIPRD, which makes no sense.
Okay, and who did you speak with here before?
The black guy?
Lyndon?
Yeah, I think that's his name, I'm not sure.
Okay, can you hold a moment, please?
Yeah, sure.
Hello, good morning. Andrea Horwath's office, Lyndon speaking.
Yes, can I get a meeting with Andrea?
Okay. Is this Mr. Burgess?
Yes.
Hi, good morning, Mr. Burgess. So we spoke last time when you visited the office in person.
Yes.
And previous to that as well. And so I did follow up with regards to your file, just to see if there would be any further action taken on your request. And so, unfortunately, there won't be with regards to your request here today, and as previously indicated to you, to contact the OPR.
OIPRD.
Thank you, on your behalf.
Okay, can I speak to Andrea about that?
She's currently at Queen's Park.
Yeah, so when will she be back in the office?
And so, on behalf of your MPP, as a constituency assistant here, we will often, look at the casework, see on her behalf, and see what's possible. You have spoken to a minister, Ted McMeekin, who wrote a letter on your behalf on this very same instance.
Yeah, but you say you can't write a letter, but he did.
I'm saying, right, and as you indicated before, he did say he wrote a letter on your behalf, and there wasn't a change with regards to that. And so, after...
No, they wouldn't answer his question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So you can write to them too then.
We have the discretion to do that, right? But after reviewing your case and seeing what action had been previously taken, there isn't any indication that the result would be different. If they wouldn't respond to a sitting minister with regards to this issue, you're asking your MPP, Andrea Horwath, to make a similar request, and the results in all likelihood would be the same.
Yeah, but Ted McMeekin called me back and said that your complaint wasn't covered up, but I asked him, how do you know the complaint wasn't covered up if the OIPRD won't tell you the evidence for throwing out my complaint? Mm-hmm. So if you guys can call them and say, look, dude, this is his complaint, it makes no sense that you guys threw it out.
So again, an MPP, a member of the provincial parliament, has also made as you requested, made that request, and as you indicated to our office, there wasn't a reply. Right?
No. Well, Ted said to me, your complaint wasn't covered up.
And you spoke with him personally?
No, email.
Okay. His staff or
him? Him.
Okay. Yep.
So if they won't explain it, then can Andrea bring this up in the legislature?
Unfortunately, Andrea will not be doing so.
Why not?
As mentioned to you before, I mean, the MPP, Ted McMeekin, followed up on your request.
Yeah, but that's not talking about writing to the OIPRD. I'm talking about bringing it up in the legislature.
Yep.
Because it says on their website they're transparent, but they're not being transparent with me.
So, I understand, but I think I think I've made it clear on several occasions now that the Mpp Andrea Horwath will not be taking any further action on with regards to your request.
Why not?
And I've made that clear.
No, you haven't made it clear as to why she won't bring it up in the legislature.
The reason here is that you've had an MPP look into this matter on your behalf.
Yeah.
And has pursued it as you had requested.
Yeah.
And on further review, the MPP here will not be making any inquiries on behalf of this issue, as it was previously looked into by a minister at the time in cabinet, and wasn't able to get a response.
But the OIPRD are clearly breaking their own rules, so why can't Andrea? Huh?
That's your interpretation.
Well, it says on the website they're transparent, but they're not being transparent with me.
So I know right now we're going through the motions essentially here. You're saying that they're not transparent.
Yep.
You're asking.
What evidence do you have that they are being transparent?
We have denied your request to intervene on this case.
Could you answer my question?
Sorry, go ahead.
What evidence do you have that they are being transparent?
And I could say the same, that they've responded to you.
No, they haven't. They haven't told me what the evidence was for filling out my complaint.
No, they have, and you've made that clear.
Yeah.
But they have responded to your inquiry, right?
Yeah.
And that's something that they did do.
But it says they're transparent, but they're not being transparent with me.
And that's your interpretation of it.
So what's your evidence that they are being transparent?
They have responded to your inquiry.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about asking them to tell me what the evidence was for throwing my complaint out.
But they have responded to your inquiry. And
no, they didn't respond to that inquiry.
That you have. Mr. Richards, I mean, we can continue to debate this, but I will not be debating it with you. I will make it clear, though, that we won't be responding to it, and I will make that. I mean, you can continue to call. The results will not be any different. So I'm not sure what other avenues you'd like to take. You may want to, seek out legal action and consult a lawyer, but we won't be doing this on your behalf.
And Andrea knows about this.
As her constituency assistant,
we
have reviewed the file. We have looked at it. We have determined that there isn't any further action that we can take on your behalf that would alter, that would make this any different. And as you stated, this is about transparency. We believe that they have responded to your inquiry, and that is.
When did they respond to my inquiry?
You had the documentation that you showed to me at the time.
Yeah, but there's nothing in there about telling me the evidence for throwing out my complaint.
And that's the information that you would like. They have responded to it, saying that they had looked into it.
Yep.
Right.
But
and that's and there isn't any further action that we will be taking on your behalf.
But they haven't told me what the evidence was for throwing out my complaint. But you just said they're being transparent. So, what's the evidence for throwing out my complaint?
That is an interpretation once again that you have. But I do have. Unfortunately, I can't say anything further on it. I've been patient with you with regards to your request.
Okay, so how can I get a meeting with Andrea?
With regards to this issue, unfortunately, this issue there isn't any further action to be taken. So
I'd like to hear that right from Andrea, though, because I don't think she knows what you're doing. I don't think she knows that you're screwing me around.
I'm attempting not to, actually. I'm trying to give you...
No, but I asked you, what's the evidence for them being transparent? You don't answer the question.
Mr. Richard, I'll be honest with you. With regard to this issue, there isn't any other further action we'll be taking on it.
So how can I get a meeting with Andrea?
With regards to this, we're conveying to you that there isn't any further action. So the meeting, the request that you're asking for on this issue isn't possible based on the fact that there isn't any other further action that we'll be taking.
I want to hear that right from Andrea, because she doesn't know you're screwing me around.
Mr. Bridges, unfortunately, there's nothing more I can do for you here today.
Can I get Andrea to send me an email telling me the same thing?
I will. I've indicated to you.
No, I want one from Andrea so that she knows what you're saying.
Yeah, Mr. Bridges. I have been. Do you have any other questions for me here today?
Well, you wrote to the Ombudsman's office, and they wrote back to me saying that they can't review the decision of the Attorney General's office because it's a broad public policy issue, but the Ombudsman's Act says they can review any decision of the Attorney General's office. So they're screwing me over.
When was the last time you consulted a lawyer on this issue?
I haven't consulted a lawyer.
Okay. Have you taken any other legal action on this issue?
No, I sued the RCMP and stuff, but the judge threw it out for no reason.
So let's play the hypothetical situation here. Let's just do it for the sake. So what you would like is for Andrea to write the letter, similar to Ted McMeekin, the MPP for Ancaster Dundas Flamborough, right?
Yeah.
Making a similar request, and the same response comes back. What happens then?
She brings it up in the legislature.
She brings it up in the legislature.
Yep.
Then what happens?
Then the Attorney General office can go to the OIPRD and say, give him his information or you're fired.
So let's say this. This matter has been reviewed. It will not be brought up in the legislature as per your request. I can state that to you. I know you're asking for that.
Yeah, I want a letter from Andrea saying that with her signature on it.
Okay. And so I'm conveying that remark to you.
Yeah, but she doesn't know you're saying these things.
Okay, Mr. Richards. I do have to go. All right?
Okay, bye.